Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Skies of Arcadia Revisited. I'm Nye, and we have just gotten our official orders of what we have to do now. We must go to the Moonstone Mountain and save our wayward sage, Isapa. Moonstone Mountain is something we passed on the way in to Ixtaka. That was the first place we actually saw, over in this direction. So let's head that way. Let's see. It's over here somewhere. Past the islands. Just keep going south. Past our little Ixness village right here. Should show up in the mist very soon here. Should be pretty much directly in front of me. There we go. So, here's Moonstone Mountain. It is just considered, at least by me, to be one of the worst dungeons in the game. It has nothing to do with difficulty of the dungeon. In fact, the dungeon is actually quite simple. It has to do with the actual dungeon itself, the design of it. But I'll get more into that in just a little bit. Very weird outdoor section, just going up this very circular mountain. It almost looks strip-mined. It looks more like a plug was taken out of some moon just dropped down here. We'll just walk right past all of these soldiers who apparently don't see me moving. We got a lot of Ixtakans in there. If you try to hit that gate, nothing happens. You just, you see a gate that you cannot open. So we will go ahead and save right outside the moon. Right outside the mountain. Oh my god, it took us 4 minutes just to get to here. And then we'll go inside. Map changes, and we move on in. This is a very up and down oriented map. So as we walk in, we're going to walk across this little plate right there, and a cutscene will start. So our hero's looking around, commenting they stepped on some sort of switch. Should be pretty obvious. It's gigantic and it's blue when it moved. Vice doesn't believe anything happened, and it was probably nothing, because, switches on the floor don't typically do anything. And the heroes just kind of stand there for absolutely no reason. Directly above them, and unknowns to them, there is a window, and into the window is an office where Alfonso and Loco are standing around, and Alfonso's delivering a report that apparently the air pirates, us, have crossed the South Ocean and are on their way here. Here's a hint, dude. I'm already in the area. Loco comments that he ran into us already and that we narrowly escaped his flame cannon. Rewriting history, as villains are wont to do. Alfonso, continually just sort of insulting people who he thinks are his inferiors. He's superior to them. Even though, we beat the crap out of him, he was our first boss of the game. At least his pet was. And Alfonso, generally insults there. And then comments that he will have his revenge on Vice, proving to the world he's Blue's greatest admiral, taking down one small group of blue rogues, and has aspirations of besting Galcian at some point with that, waxed hair of his. Has no idea why he shouldn't be taking orders from, Empress Theodora. It's because you're absolutely useless. Says he must be going. He's going to exterminate some pests. I have to assume he's talking about us, unless he actually has a pest control, which may be needed, as you might see in some of the places like Valua's sewers. And Loco brings out his true thoughts, considering he's an idiot, should have stared into the mirror a bit longer in the morning, and he might have a hair out of place. He might be missing a few hairs. And he is ruminating on Vice damaging his chameleon. You will pay, you will pay. And the next time they meet will be the last. Well, I'm not quite sure that's true to Loco, but, we'll get through. Immediate alarm going off in his room. And Loco does not seem surprised at all by this. He sort of just, hops up and oh so casually in his elf shoes walks over to this glass window that Vice and company still haven't noticed directly above them, and immediately sees that Vice is there. Again, didn't seem to be amazingly surprised that Vice is in the area. He knows we're searching for the moon crystals, and we must be trying to rescue Isapa. So, he's planning ahead. He may be a little bit of a strategic genius in some ways. But he comments that the mines are full of traps, which must be terrible for us, and that they will never escape. We won't leave the mines alive. I'm not so sure about that, Loco. All of a sudden, the door closes behind us. We're not allowed to leave. Aka saying the obvious. The door just closed by himself. Thank you, Aka, for your help. And Vice comments he has a bad feeling about this place, which, thank you again. We have the most, Remember, with a healthy dose of protagonist, heroes must say the obvious. So now we're going to be able to work through. We cannot use this door. It's locked, and so we must move through the mines proper. And the mines are meant to be a little bit of a maze. They're also meant to be something you have to do over and over and over. There's such a pain. Immediately to the left, as we enter the first area of the mines, we will find our Cham. Let's go ahead and give that to Cupel immediately, because I think he actually might be close to leveling up. Now he's the Cupel Sword, which is fantastic. Do I have... I only have 1 Moonberry, so I need 2 Moonberries to get Vice's next level up. Drachma will not be receiving a level up anytime soon. I'm going to get some heals going on, because I just noticed that we have not healed in a while, and I'm not quite sure why we're so weak. So we use some of the magic droplets, as you might recall. I have tons of them. Oh, this must have been... We must have never healed after we fought that bounty a couple times ago. Okay, that would make sense. So we're going to make our way through this area. Now, one of the reasons why this area is such a major pain in the ass is actually specifically because of the traps that the Loco set. Most of them are fairly obvious. For example, we have a path here and split into 3 different segments. On either side is an O and an X is in the middle. I think this makes a little bit more sense in Japan, because in Japan, O typically means okay and X means bad, or O means yes, X means no. But in this case, there's only one correct path, and that's to walk directly over the X. So pretty easy stuff. If you were to walk over the wrong section, you would be immediately kicked back into the start of this area, which is part of the reason why this area is such a pain in the ass to just about everyone. It's because you get knocked back so many times. New enemy type. First of all, we do have the green loopers available to us. So, that's something. Then we also have these big machines, and the machines have a lot of experience available to them. Not experience, a lot of health, which should be a pain in the ass. The other thing about them is that they do have a fatigue ability that they will use. There's Cupel Sword, our new attack from Fina. But they're... I can't remember if it's their basic attack or if it is an actual fatigue ability. I can't remember off the top of my head. But they do have this ability. It is an absolute pain, and it's not something we want to have to deal with. I think what I'm going to do, now that I'm thinking about it... no, there's no point to that. I think what I'm going to do is, instead of giving Vice the next set of Moonberries, I think I'm going to give it to Fina again so we can get the... get her next ability, so that way we can... we have the Cleanse Allies ability off of Fina, which is incredibly useful. I think we're going to get the Cleanse Opponents ones, too, so we can get rid of enemy buffs. I think that would probably be preferable to specifically helping allies. So we have a last looper to take care of. We will eventually hit it, I'm sure. What the game wants me to do is it wants me to have Fina or someone cast a spell, because these things have almost no HP. So it wants me to cast a spell. I really don't feel like doing so, so we're just going to skip that.
That was easy.
We'll move on. As you can see, I am using red magic at the moment. And I'm using it because I want to get to the next level of Incremus. Next level of the Incrum spell line, which is Incremus. Which, I won't be getting for a while. So we'll continue to move on. We do have another puzzle after this fight. It's wonderful having so many level ups. So our next puzzle is going to be this one. We got a bunch of O's and a bunch of X's. We already know X is generally the way we want to go, so we're going to follow this little one path to get ourselves through. Again, a fairly obvious puzzle. And we will move on to the next section. Now, this area can be a pain. It really can. I really am not a fan of this because this area is so big and it stretches and it branches and it's just bad. The good news about all these fights is, which one is it? Which one is it? Okay, I think it's this way. No, I got the wrong one. Okay, so this is what happens when you fail a trap. You drop into a minecart, just you see here, and you are brought all the way back to the start. I kind of didn't want to show this, and I unfortunately got the wrong path because I didn't do what I was supposed to do. But I did want to show this so you know exactly what happens. I'm going to go silent and fast forward, and I'll see you when I get back to that trap. So what you're supposed to do when you reach this area is you're supposed to go into first-person mode and then look down. The reason why is that if you see a set of tracks beneath you, you immediately know that you will fall into that. So the correct answer for this is going to be this patch right here. Walk over there and you won't fall. Go over to the middle one, though, and there's a Cham right here waiting for you to pick it up. Not going to worry about it too much because there is no reason to at the moment. Cupel is not going to transform anytime soon because he just did, so I'm not going to worry about feeding him that Cham. I'll feed him later on. Okay, let's continue to descend. The biggest problem with Moonstone Mountain, it is a returnable area, so nothing in here is one time only, which is good. But Moonstone Mountain is very big, and it's also, as I said, very maze-like. There are a lot of different branching paths. You do have to, go in a lot of different areas. There is a lot of backtracking as well, especially if you fail to go the correct direction at any given point in time. And so because of this, it's very easy to miss things, especially some of the treasure chests. So, make sure to note where I'm going, because I don't want you to miss any of these. If you watch the previous fight, you'll notice that we did have a new enemy type there. Specifically, we did have the enemy Valuan soldier. Okay, so now we're in a new area. This one, again, has a ton of traps. We got to make sure to do it right. And then we're going to go this way here. Now, most of these traps are going to drop you, so we want to take specific ones just so we can make sure to clear the floor entirely. Dropping down that particular floor is going to get us the Loco mail, which is actually, if I remember correctly, it's a pretty good piece of equipment. I think this one actually gives you a boost in attack damage? No, it gives you a really good boost in defense. That's what it is. As I've said previously, I do want to keep Vice in his Nasser combat mail because give him that attack bonus, and that's what I do want him to have. But I have no problem giving it to Drachma. So we'll continue working our way around. And we're going to drop down. And unfortunately, this is going to take us all the way back to the beginning, as every single drop down onto those rails will. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward once again until I get to the next section where I need to be. I'll see you guys in a second.
Yeah. Is it over already?
Kind of an interesting thing. There are rare drops in the game, and some of them I've actually never seen before, some I've seen several times. I'm not sure if I've ever seen this one before. We just got the Mace Hand for Drachma. Looks like a very high damage weapon with very low accuracy, but I'm completely okay with that. These weapons are typically used specifically because of the very high damage. They will affect skills that you use. You might not have a lot of attack damage when it comes to actual regular, basic attacks, but that can be offset by giving, not just attack damage, but attack accuracy. That can be offset by, items. So instead of going to the left this time, we're going to want to go to the right. So let's head this way. We're going to do another drop down here again. Right about here. Good. Let's see. Which way do I want to go? Which way do I want to go? Got to make sure to go to the right direction. The correct direction. I believe it's this one. Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Okay. Just making sure I'm in the right place. It's going to take me a long time in real time. Okay, so as we move through here, we will go into this door. And in doing so, we will find this man. And if we talk to him directly, we'll get a short cutscene where the man comments he doesn't look like we're Valuan, asks who we are, and then the cutscene starts. So we comment that we're Vice, we wonder if this man is Isapa, but turns out this is actually Sentime, the missing pirate that whose family and everything, you know, Han's father, who was his family stuck in Horteca waiting for him. Yep, we've been in that village. That's where his wife and children are. Wonders if everybody's okay. This is his first thought. I really like this guy because of that. And we tell him he should worry about himself, and he comments that he refused to help Valua. They threw him into the dungeons. He's been here for quite some time. He's curious if we're looking for someone named Isapa, and then says that we need to venture further into the mines, and that he's going to help us do so, and then just immediately starts walking out like a boss, because he knows exactly what he needs to do to help us out. He says there are elevators scattered throughout the mines, that we'll need to use them to reach other areas, and he's going to get them working for us, and gets to work on the elevators, because he is like the most badass engineer ever, apparently. Good stuff. And now the elevators are working, and we can do stuff. Eika's just, you know, excited all kinds. Sentime comments he's gonna tell us to proceed with caution. There's also the traps. He's gonna try to disarm as many of them as he can for us, but some of them are obviously gonna have to stay active, otherwise this ruin would be a little bit too easy to go through. And, you know, he says we'll meet again and wishes us luck. And that's gonna be about the end of it for Sentime right now. But, you know, he's an absolute badass and he helps us out a lot. We're gonna go and use this elevator. I'm sure there's gonna be a little graphical glitch going on with it a little bit, but, gonna go ahead and go as high as possible, and again, you can look at the lower right, you can see that our minimap is basically worthless right now. There's no way to use it to really see where we are. Gonna immediately go into this room, and this will give us a Zaal seed, so another stat upgrade seed. Let's go ahead and use that, because I have gotten one or two since, as we went along. I guess we'll use the Cham while we're on it. We got a Dexus seed, which increases our Agile by 1. We'll go ahead and use that. Where's my Zaal seed? Zaal seed increases Vigor by 3. Just the random actual stats that we have. So Vigor being like defense type things, and Agile, you know, helping with our quick and our otherwise speed. I also need to heal up a little bit, so let me get that done. Let's see. Notice that where Vice is now up into the 2,000 range when it comes to health. That's fantastic. Okay, so we're immediately, do I need to go out here? Okay, we're going to continue moving on downwards, because I remember where that next direction goes. Let's check this doorway. As I said, the minimap is completely, utterly worthless in this place. Inside here, we receive the 3-inch blaster, which is a really good weapon for Little Jack. It's our next piece of equipment. Is it the one I already have? Huh. I was so sure I didn't have one of them. Okay. Okie dokie. And we'll move on out. Must have been an upgrade. Okay. Does this door do it? I don't think this door has anything. I'm pretty sure this door doesn't have anything. Yeah, this one's empty. So we'll keep moving. And down the next ramp we go. Let's keep going. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Now we're going to get a really decent weapon here after the fight. Okay, and now that we're out of the fight, we can go ahead and open up this treasure chest, which gives us the Loco drill, which is, again, for Drachma. I believe this one is actually better than this previous one. It's better than Mace Hand, because obviously he will actually be able to hit with this. So it doesn't have as much attack, but it has a very high accuracy, so 100% accuracy, or well, 100 hit. Not 100%, but 100 hit. And also, it has a chance of instantly killing an opponent. Very unlikely it'll actually happen, but it can happen. While we're here, we also want to make sure to get this Moonfish. It's very easy to miss, and this place is a gigantic maze, so you do not want to have to come back and get it later. Now that we've done that, we want to go right back up the ramp. And there's a turn up here that I completely ignored earlier, so let's get back up here. But yeah, you don't want to miss that. So far, everybody has, well, almost everybody has learned Pyram. As I was saying, almost everybody has learned Pyram, which the level spells are the most powerful spells in the series of spells. So it's not going to get better than that. So hopefully soon we'll start seeing people getting Incremus. So we're going to continue working our way up onto this level. I'm pretty sure I do not want to drop there. Yeah, didn't think I wanted to drop there. Okay, we're going to go left, and we're going to go up this ramp. We're almost to the end of the Moonstone Mountain, thankfully, because this place can be extremely long. Fantastic. Continuing onwards, we are getting, as I said, very close to the end. We're going to go down this particular elevator, and that will get us to essentially the final part of this area. We are so very close to finishing up. So let's move in this direction. Got this very long area to pass through here. Hope I got everything. And the first of our characters has hit level 20, which is fantastic. Just doing a quick double check with my camera just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Looks like I got just about everything in this area. And we will continue moving through this particular doorway. We are almost done. As I said, it's a very long dungeon, but if you know what you're doing. So here's to Loco, who, believes that we're walking right into his trap, saying that very soon we shall die, and when we die, he wants us to die slowly, very, very slowly. He wants our brains to gush out of our head. Man, this guy has problems. Alfonso comes in and interrupts his musings, which he is absolutely a fan of. Didn't want to interrupt one of his intellectual monologues, and came to tell us that Vice had broken into the mines, which, and Loco, and you figure this out all by yourself. What gave it away? Was it the alarm? Maybe it was the sirens. And Alfonso is so stupid it goes right over his head. Yes, well, the fact that he's foolish enough to deliver himself to me, I also go dispose of him, says Alfonso. So, of course, he has his plans as well. Vice is just making enemies all over the place. Unfortunately, all of them are stupid enough to not be able to take care of it. Loco believes Alfonso is the fool himself, and that the only reason he's made admiral because of his family, that he doesn't stand a chance against Vice. And Loco says he shall kill him. He wants him to die. 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 Very soon, yes. Ha 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 ha. So, you know, good things are happening. So for the final bit of this dungeon, the final actual exploration bit, we will go ahead and descend into this room. And the cool thing about this room is that those guards over there just don't want to bother with us, for the most part. Those guys will just sit by that door for a while. Instead, we will deal with these guards. As you can see, Vice is rather weakened. Now, I've been dealing with these guards for the majority of this dungeon in the first place. Like, these guys are not anything special. We've been fighting them basically the entire time. And, you know, you could have seen this just by watching the, watching the sped-up fights. But we've been dealing with them already. They do have a lot of casting ability, and unlike most common sense would dictate, even though they are yellow-type guards, they cast all types of magic. They seem to really like the crystal magic, the purple magic. Not quite sure why. And Vice started very damaged because I haven't been healing him particularly, because I've been just trying to speed through fights. So it hasn't got down, but, you know, that happened. So otherwise, you know, these guys will come, they'll beat us up with their batons, they have some magic that they'll use, but in general, they're basically the same. We fought these guys before, they're just Valuan guards in general. Here's their purple magic they're using, so, Kasplish! Not very powerful, it's a single target spell. And that's about it. So Drachma will take care of him real quick. I love it when Drachma takes care of people real quick. And we'll finish up this fight really quickly. Down goes that guy, and the other two will not last much longer either. In reality, I probably should have sped through this particular fight, but because it was kind of a scripted battle, I did want to make, you know, at least a couple of comments on it.
Let us be thankful for our safety.
We are very thankful for our safety. Vice is exactly 1 EXP to level. That's fantastic. Notice that the guards over there on the left-hand side are completely done. But before I go into that room, I want to make sure to go into these other rooms around here to get my 4 Glyphs of Might from that room. And if we run across the way, inside yet another locked door that's not locked is going to be 4 Glyphs of Speed. And then finally, if we run over into this room and open up this chest, we will get an additional 2 healing salves that I can't use. That's fine. I don't. Oh, but I have to. Ah, crap. That's okay. Hold on. I have to open that chest. I have got to make sure I open that chest. So, crap. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna run out real quick. I'm not allowed to leave. Ah, crap. Okay, let's do a cutscene real quick then. I've got to get that chest, so we have to make sure that I use at least 2 healing salves soon. So here is Isapa. He's got some weird tattoo on his left forehead and purple hair. He wonders who we are. We ask if he's the High Priest Isapa without answering his question. And he comments that he is the one and only. He is proud to be the Isapa. We say that we're on a mission for King Ixataka, here to rescue him. And Isapa is glad, and he says he knows the king knows his taste, sending 2 beautiful women to come to save him, completely ignoring the 2 men that also were there. He says he have no use for the men, but asks if he'll leave him alone with the girls while he's laughing so hard. Aka immediately understands his intentions, and says there's no way that this dirty old man could be a high priest. Fina doesn't seem to understand. The high priest immediately just goes straight towards Fina, commenting in all his years he's never seen anyone like her, and believes that she is a Sylvite. So far, he is only the 2nd person to correctly identify what Fina is. Fina's immediately, surprised by this. Isapa just cracks up, saying it's all instinct and observation, and he's very observant, especially around women. So he's a creepy old man, and he guessed that he could probably guess that goofy girl's measurements. Aka's not exactly happy about that comment, and says we don't have to bring him back, but the king didn't say, or that we have to bring him back, but the king didn't say anything about conscious. I agree with her, actually. This guy's kind of creepy. And Vice has to, rein Aka in, but we have to worry about getting out of here alive, so it is time to leave. Wonderful. Once more cutscene. Loco realizes that we've rescued Isapa. I don't know how he knows. I don't know if he has a video camera or something. But he says that again, we will all die a horrible death, and we will scream, and he will laugh. We've got a spike room here, lots of blood on the floor, doors, and the following door opens for us. And he says he's prepared his favorite room just for us. Come in and stay a while. Stay forever. Ah ha 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 ha. Okay. Well, Loco is absolutely nuts. And I would be nuts to continue this episode because we have gone on for way too long already. It's just that's what Moonstone Mountain does for you. So we are going to jump up this elevator, and basically immediately once we finish this elevator, we're, I believe, going to be right in front of a save point, which is where I'm going to stop. And we will just finish up Moonstone Mountain after I get back. So I'll see you guys next time. Ta-ta.